When I was a little girl living in New Guinea, there was a priest called Father Ray who just seemed to be a magnet for all the children. We all loved him. We'd go over to his place after school. He would fill us all up on red cordial, bless us and send us on our way. And that was the start of my knowing about a man called Jesus who loved me. My father was in the military and we moved around a lot. And one of the things I tended to learn from moving around so much was that relationships were expendable. We'd move somewhere, I'd make new friends and new relationships, but then they all didn't seem to matter because we moved away. And it kind of reflected back on me as though a relationship with me didn't matter very much at all either. So in moving, sometimes I was able to go to church and sometimes I wasn't. But a relationship with Jesus was a really hit and miss affair, and I really didn't understand who he was and how important he could be in my life. I'd promised myself that as an adult, I would seek him out and learn about the truth of him. And so after a relationship that I'd been in that had been rather disastrous, I took myself off to a church where they happened to have a guest minister from Papua New Guinea who talked about the lost sheep. By the end of the service, I was a mess. And I promised the ladies that had come up to me at the end of the service that I'd be there next week. There'd been a couple at that church who asked me whether I was a Christian. And I had to be honest with them and say, well, that isn't me. I wasn't a Christian because Jesus was not Lord in my life. And that was the start of the journey of understanding what that meant. After that, I ended up moving to Sydney, didn't find a church that I felt comfortable at. And it wasn't until a girl from work told me to go to church during the evening, and she took me along to St. Matthias Church. And it took me about 6 months to get used to being there. And it was there that I really dug in to find out who Jesus was all about. By the end of it, I was able to say, yes, Jesus is Lord of my life, that relationships are important, that I'm not expendable, and I'm so thankful that Jesus has a relationship with me, that going to the cross was something that he did because I was worth it. I'm so happy to be able to say Jesus is Lord of my life. I've been married for over 25 years. We've been blessed with 2 beautiful children who love and serve Jesus. And I can honestly say that my life has meaning and purpose because of my relationship with Jesus. And I wouldn't recommend anything else for anyone.